Hi, this is Chatterbox Updates. It's been about a month since I did the last one, which is Chatterbox Update 24th February 2011, which is today. And there was enough stuff to actually do a update video telling you things that's going on with the show in the past up to now and things for the future and things like that. So, if you guys don't know, I do have a live broadcast, so you can participate in the chat itself. Just look in the description, and it will have my website you can go to, which is www.justin.tv/LinuxCoolDude, which is twice a week, which is Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Central Time. And often we do usually about a half an hour pre-show, get enough time for everybody to show up. So hopefully I'll see you live, not just YouTube. And oh my gosh, you can see my chicken scratch I got down here. Now, usually the way I do it, sometimes I do pre-recorded videos. Could be tutorials, could be outside the show that I show during the show. So what I have been doing, especially if they're particularly long, I will, if I show it on the broadcast, it'll usually be within the show itself. So, and so if you want to watch the show and the video, you can do that. Or I'm going to upload it separately. So if you just want to see the video, you don't have to scroll through all that. And which I do have I have some on uploaded it already. So. And just recently I bought Premiere and Photoshop Elements. It was kind of an impulse buy, but I can use it for the show. I mean, iMovies is pretty good, and I will continue to use it. But Premiere Elements kind of picks up where iMovie, stops, because you can actually do it more on a advanced level. And I'm really liking it so far. It does, when I was using it, it did have a little bit of lag in there on certain things, bringing up the, it's sort of like you can use themes, which have pre-recorded videos and stuff, and it takes a while to load. That's why it's lag in those areas. But recently I just upgraded the RAM, so that's not much of a problem. And recently I just upgraded the Mac Pro from the base 6 gigs to 24 gigs. And I did a 22-minute tutorial through the whole thing. Well, it's more of a demonstration. And I did upload that separately as well. And I do notice on some things it does improve the... it makes it a little bit faster. Some of the games are a little bit faster. It's not going to be, super fast. It's mainly for video editing large files and running multiple programs at once, like virtual machines for Linux and other operating systems. And I also recently changed a little bit of the show, the graphic interface. It's mostly for the picture-in-picture, usually more than one camera at a time, and also for the guests, because I've been finding out that, especially for the guests, some of the built-in picture-in-picture graphic overlays weren't very big, and I'll probably show you one right now. And this is the one that comes with Wirecast, which I'm happy with, but the boxes aren't very big, and you're going to see that here in a minute. And as you can see, I feel like I'm kind of trapped, and if you move around too much, then you'll actually go off the screen. So what I did was I replace it with larger boxes, and it fits a whole lot more better. And let me see if I can get the correct one to come up. And there we go. A little bit more room, and you can see on the B side, which is over there, that's going to be for where the guests go, and also for my camera 2 and 3. I'm using the larger box sizes right here. And, that was some of the changes I implemented in the show, which I think are a lot nicer. And I'm actually going through my show notes. I didn't want to miss anything. And some things for the future. Okay, I didn't want to miss anything. Some things for the future. Tomorrow, which is going to be, actually it's today really. 24th February 2011, I'm going to be on the Ron Knight Show. So that's going to be exciting for me. And it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, probably by the time you watch this, the show will probably be over more than likely. But you can catch it on Ron Knight's, either through his website or probably one of his YouTube channels, Ron Knight's. And I do have a future guest coming on, which is going to be the 9th of March, next month, Wednesday, and about 8 p.m. Central Time. And who's going to be Grant Dahlke from MacSales.com, also known as Other World Computing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that right now. I've been kind of looking at this company for quite a while. And they just don't sell things. I mean, any website store will do that. But they also do a lot of things outside the box that other companies do. For instance, they do a lot of their own testing. They will often max out the RAM. I'll give you an example with the Mac Pro 2009 model. Is only supposed to go up to, the 8 core is only supposed to go up to 32 gigs. That was only when the 4 gig RAM sticks were available. Now, since 8 gig RAM sticks are now coming more mainstream, they actually maxed it out, and actually those computers that can actually run 64 gigs. And so they do a lot of testing outside, and then they let the customers know. And they sell a lot of their own products, their own brand of RAM and SSD drives now. Of course, the SSD drives, you can use in computers and laptops. They also got the new one for the MacBook Air, which is very exciting. The 11.5 model and the 13 uses this type. And they also got their own radio podcasts from OWC, and some of their own upgrades. For instance, eSATA modification that allows you external hard drives for the iMac. And they also do their own processor changing out of the Mac Pros. So let's say perhaps you have an older model Mac Pro. Very good chance that they can actually put a faster processor in there for you. And it's pretty much that you just switch out the processor tray to do that. So that's going to be a very exciting interview for me. I can't wait. They got a lot of good, interesting things going on. And there's another thing going on with my internet speed. For some of you guys that don't know, I'll catch you up on that. Probably about 2 months ago, Coalbridge Communications bought out my internet service provider that was Charter. Now, Charter serves about 4.7 million people throughout the United States. And for some reason, they sold my area, which is mostly the southern states, to Coalbridge. And I don't know, the last 2 months, I've been noticing, mostly during the daytime, that the internet speeds are pretty low, anywhere from 1.5 download to maybe 5. And usually at night, anywhere from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. to 6 a.m., then it goes back to normal speed. I should be getting 16 megabit download. And it could be many reasons for this. Could be I do know they're in the process of upgrading their internet over a year's time. Now, it's not going to be every state or every location. But I'm a little concerned with this because I broadcast twice a week, and I need, even at times, it even goes, a lot faster. Usually at the late at night speeds, I can get as much as 20 to 28. I would rather have stable, reliable internet service, 16 megs download and 2 megs upload, than have something spontaneous that goes up and down constantly. So probably I'm going to pay them a visit and find out what's going on, because actually my son said yesterday they were almost not any better than dial-up. It was actually upload and download speed wasn't even past 1 megabit, so that's definitely going to be a problem. And I was kind of not very happy with that, because Charter's been an excellent provider. I never hardly had a problem with them. I think one time it did go out and they had to replace an outside cable going to my house, because obviously it degrades over time, and water and everything else, the elements. But besides that, it's been fine. So that's about it. So that's the Chatterbox update for this month, and hope you guys see you guys at my my live show on Justin TV. Thank you.